Good morning, St. John's. Good morning. I'm Susan Lambert, and my husband Donnie and I, who's over there, are once again joining a 12-person team, mostly from Louisiana, that's headed to Cuba October 22nd to 29th. The primary mission that we have is to share the love of God, and we do this through our actions and our interactions. And part of those actions are channeled toward fixing something. This year, it's La Catedral, pardon my Spanish, in Holguin. Holguin is located at the east and north part of Cuba. I keep going like this, but it's really down here. And this cathedral was built before the revolution, and so needs some renovation and modifications. So we'll be working on that. This is our third mission trip to Cuba. And when we talk about our mission experience, we often talk about what the Cuban people do not have. Like, there's been a shortage of toothpaste in Havana for the last 3 months. And the September food allotment does not include coffee. And that construction materials are hard to come by, and when found, they're expensive, which is why our team is bringing 10 ceiling fans in our checked bags. And that things that we just go out and buy when we need them, like chapstick, combs, hair clips, socks, those things are hard to get also. And if they can be found, they're hard to afford on an average monthly salary of about $42 US. But today I also want to talk about what the Cuban people do have. They have resiliency. Through lifelong hardship, they maintain a positive spirit and a strong work ethic. They have a growing church. The best estimates indicate that the Methodist Church is growing about 10% a year in Cuba. They have a supportive community. They help each other out. They work at the church where needed. They watch each other's kids at an event. It's just amazing to see. They have an appreciative spirit. When they have folks that come down and do a mission, they have so much gratitude, and they share that gratitude, and it's even evident as we work with them before we get down there. They have young people. We are doing an event for the youth, ages 12 to 17, and they're telling us to expect over 120 youth. They have a strong, exciting, and energetic faith. The worship services are filled with lively music and powerful messages, and with congregants that are fully involved. After our last 2 trips, we felt like we left with them sharing the love of Christ to us more than we shared with them. Our mission team brings everything we need to complete our tasks: tools, materials, and gift items. We leave all of those items that we take with us to the church. So why am I wearing this outfit? I will be leaving this in Cuba when we come back. We also bring money that we collect before we go to buy food, and we're going to do a local feeding ministry this year while we're there. When we started sharing with folks that we were going back to Cuba, several people asked, how can we help? Well, St. John's, we could use your support. What we need most is prayers. Prayers as we work with the pastor to understand what our scope of work is, as we gather supplies and figure out how to pack them in 24 checked bags, 12 personal items, and 12 carry-ons. Prayers as we plan a youth event for over 120 teens. And lastly, prayers for the people of Cuba as they struggle to put food on their table daily. In 22, our ask was for medications from St. John's. But since then, 2 of our team members have set up a monthly distribution of medications to the country. And St. Timothy's on the North Shore recently raised $30,000 for medications for the upcoming year. So our ask is different this year. We have a list of items, which I did bring with me, that can be found in the back on the name tag table, that we plan on taking with us. When we look at the list, they look at like simple everyday items. But these are things that are not readily available to the people. Items like washcloths, handkerchiefs, stickers, nail files, hard candy, colored pencils for the kids, a deck of Uno cards if you have a spare. We'll take anything. We'll have a collection box in the narthex, and we actually have one in the administrative building too, and we'll have that there for the next several weeks. I told you where you could find the list. If you would like to make a monetary donation, we will accept those too. There's directions in the bulletin on how to do that. And all donations will go to the church and the people of Cuba. We'll either use it for construction materials, feeding ministries, gifts to the community, but it'll all go to the Cuban people. When we get back, we look forward to reporting back to you of how the mission went and how we were blessed by that. So in closing, as the ushers come forward, I should have signaled them earlier, thank you. Thank you to the congregation of St. John's for supporting this mission and for supporting all the ministries that we do here through your donations and your regular giving.